Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little story time video of something that happened to me last week that turned out to be funny, but it could have turned out to be horribly bad. So before we get into it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, stay subscribed to my channel, and ring the bell so that you get notified every time I post a video. Now let's get on to it.
Shall we?
Alright, so first off, the reason we're in the car is because we are heading to Taco Bell. Sorry, I'm trying to hide my apartment sign with the name of my apartment because I don't want creepers on here figuring out where I live. Just trying to be safe, y'all. So we are on the way to Taco Bell to get some food, but I figured I would talk to you while we're on the way there, and then while we're having our lunch, we'll just have a chat about what happened last week. So I think it was like last week. I think it was about a week ago. Would you say?
Something like that.
Okay, so and I have my boo is driving. Okay, so basically,
No hands. Tesla.
yeah, yeah. Right after I'm telling everybody about being safe, you advocate for no hands while driving. Nice, boo. Anyway, so basically what happened is my phone popped up with unknown accessory detected near you, and I have screenshots of what happened, and I'm gonna be posting them throughout this video. But basically it popped up on the Find My iPhone or whatever, like unknown accessory detected near you, and I tried to click it to ping the sound, but because the accessory wasn't nearby, I wasn't able to ping anything. But I was able to see on a map where it was, and I was able to see a timestamp. Now it said like 7:49, 7:48, something like that. And I thought it said PM because that was right around the time that it actually was. So I didn't really think much of it, but I kind of thought, hey, what is this? Because I could see it on the map. It's not really near where we are, so it kind of doesn't look like it's in our apartment. It looks like it's somewhere else, and I'm thinking, this is weird. I kind of want to just figure it out. So I looked outside. We went outside, looked around, and you can correct me if I'm telling anything out of order, but I believe we went outside to look around. We didn't see anything. So we went back inside, and I looked at it again because I was trying to figure out if I could get more info on what was going on. And then I realized the timestamp had not said PM, it said AM. And that's when my kind of red flags started popping. I was going on red alert because I'm like, this has been following me. This has been near me all day. Like, what the heck? Like, this is really weird. So I went out again to check my car because I know that there are people out there in this world that will GPS track your car. So I don't want to be, I don't want to be too cautious. So
But you never know nowadays.
You never know nowadays. So I decide to go and check out my car a little bit more thoroughly and make sure I don't find any GPS things on it. And now it looks like we're almost at the Taco Bell, so I will get back with you once we have our food.
got a mobile order, should be for a Christian. No thanks. Thanks.
Alright guys, we're back. We have our food. I have a black bean quesarito with no sour cream and no, it's either jalapeno or chipotle, but I get that removed because it's chipotle. Okay. No jalapeno, no chipotle. Which the jalapeno is spicier than the chipotle. The chipotle is a little more tolerable, but it's got a weird kind of cilantro-y flavor that I don't like. So I get no chipotle, no sour cream, and then I add avocado ranch. And then he got the
nacho fries burrito, which the nacho fries are really addicting, I have to admit.
Yeah, so PSA, they're back because he won't shut up about it. So what else in the burritos? Are there like beef and rice and that kind of thing?
I think so.
Okay, yeah. Does it have red strips? I feel like one of the nacho fries burritos might have had red strips.
I don't know.
Okay, but anyways, we got our food.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. Yeah, you can go and start eating. I'm just gonna take a bite and
also,
talking.
pro tip, the Taco Bell pass is...
Oh yeah, the
really
taco
worth it.
pass, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You good? Oh, that steak in there? It has steak, guys. That's some of the key ingredients. So, about where we left off, he also got a Baja Blast. About where we left off, I went outside to double check because I realized the timestamp was AM, not PM. And that was a little more alarming that something had been like tracking me, supposedly, or been near me for like the whole day. And I started, like, my red flags went up. I went outside to thoroughly check the car and make sure. And then couldn't find anything. It wasn't even showing, like, I was trying to walk towards where this item is located. And I got to my car and it still said the item was somewhere else. So we're like, well, I guess it's not the car. So we came inside. And I told him why I was so paranoid. Because there are these two videos from Inside Edition, which I will link below for you to go and watch them. But there was a video about a woman who got GPS tracked. Apparently, this other girl thought her husband was cheating on him with this girl. So a lawyer got hired to GPS track this girl's car or whatever, and she found it. And that's like everyone's worst nightmare, to find out someone's GPS tracking their car. So there was that one, and then there was the other one where women were getting pop-ups on their phone that there was an unknown device detected near you, and it would turn out to be an AirTag, like an Apple AirTag, had been stuck on their car. And whoever stuck it was like tracking them wherever they went. So it was reminding me of those videos, and he was telling me there was some sort of glitch going on with people's devices where they'd get that pop-up unknown device near you, blah blah blah, and then it would turn out to be their AirPods Pro. So he was like, well, it doesn't say AirTag, it says unknown device. And I said, well, true, but some of them in the video were also saying unknown device. It wasn't always specific that it was an AirTag. So I was like, I don't want to ignore the possibility that maybe it's just your AirPods, but I want to be sure. So I'm on high alert. I'm like, do we need to call the cops? Like, what do we do? So I'm thinking at this point, like, what if it's on your car? Which we said before, he's got a Tesla, he's got all these cameras, there's alarms that'll go off if people try to break in.
And one benefit of having a Tesla is the fact, if you have, regardless Android or iOS, you, as long as you're logged into the account, you can, forget which software update did this, but you can view a live stream of the cameras in real time, we were at a concert and it said on my phone, your car alarm has been triggered. So even though you're in a noisy environment, you can still get an alert that says it's been triggered. So you can then view the live stream in real time and see what had happened. And it'll also record the footage. So point being, we didn't find anything.
Yeah, point being, we would have found it. We would have known if there was a problem. So.
And I park in a garage, then I can make sure that nothing's happening to it.
Well, still, I was being overly paranoid. I'm like, you can never be too cautious in this day and age.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna go outside, and mind you, it's nighttime. I should have made him go with me, but I'm like, I'm gonna go outside, and I'm gonna walk over toward the garage and see if I get any closer to the where the device is on the map. And there's gonna be screenshots. I just forget exactly what all I have screenshots of. So they're going to be inserted at random times in the video. There might not be a lot of me saying, oh, I'll insert a screenshot here, because I forget exactly what I screenshotted. But I will say, there are any black lines you see on the screenshots are just me blurring out locations on the map, because I don't want y'all to figure out where I live and come find me and kill me or something. So I'm just being safe. So if you see black lines, you're like, what's that? That's just me blurring out like the street that I live on and stuff. So anyway, I go over to the garage, and I'm not really any closer to the pin. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. And then I'm like, you know what? Let's just get to the bottom of this and figure out where it thinks this item is. So basically how it turned out was, there's my apartment building, and then there's the road. Like, if I walk straight out of the door, there's like where the cars are parked, and there's the road. And then there's this curb with a grassy patch, and there's a street light there. So it's looking like the device is in that grassy patch. So I'm going over there. I can't find it. Then I notice there's a big black pickup truck, and I'm like, oh no. What if they're being GPS tracked and my device is picking up? Mind you, this is a weird thing I forgot to say. His phone didn't pick it up. None of his devices picked it up. Just me. And none of my other devices picked it up. I have my old phone that I'm waiting to turn in, and I've got my iPad. It didn't pick up on either of those either, because I think Apple knows that the phone that it came up on, it knows I carry that with me the most. So that's probably why it didn't show up on the other devices. So at this point, I'm like, okay, we need to figure out a game plan. It's getting late at night, so I'm like, okay, tomorrow morning, we need to thoroughly check out my car. We had this whole game plan going. He was gonna hold my phone, and I was gonna drive to the office in the apartment complex, and he was gonna see if the device on the map, which just shows up as a question mark, which was interesting. So in these screenshots, you'll see there's a blue pin, and that's me, that's where I am, and then the question mark shows the other device. So you can see how far apart they were. So naturally, I didn't think it was anything with us inside the apartment. So we decided, I'm just to be absolutely sure it's not my car, because sometimes Apple GPS isn't 100% accurate when you're using Find My iPhone or whatever. It can be slightly off. So we're like, we'll drive to the office, see if it moves anywhere on the map, and then we'll know for sure. And then we're like, even if it's not my car, I don't think I'm overreacting to say we need to take this to the office and tell them what's happening. And I'm willing to entertain the idea that
if it's happening to us, then it might be happening to other people.
Right. And I'm willing to entertain the idea that a resident-wide email needs to go out about this just to alert people. I'm like freaking out, right? I'm trying to be calm and think logically and still be aware this could be the AirPods glitch thingy. But here's the other thing, and I'm going to insert right here a screenshot. This is our device list, and again, our names are blurred. Just the names of the devices are blurred just for safety, but you can see like what the device is, just not what we've named it. So I can see there's my phone, my old phone, my iPad, his iPad, I forget what all is on there, his watch. Our accounts are linked up so I can see his devices and he can see mine. Point being, his AirPods are right there in the list of devices. So what I'd love to hear, if you guys know anything about this glitch, is it a common thing for you to still see your AirPods in your list of normal devices, even though they're also showing up as an unknown device. Is that a thing? Because that was my thing. I'm like, well, why are they still showing up here then if they're also there? So it was really weird, and it wasn't letting me ping the device. Eventually, I'm trying to remember exactly how this happened, so you have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think right around the time we decided to go to bed, the alert changes on my phone. And this is where I think I have a screenshot. It no longer says unknown device. It says, I believe, unknown AirPods Pro. And I'm like, you know what? This was the glitch. And then I'm like, wait a second. Were you using your AirPods at like 7:30 this morning? And he says, yeah.
Yes.
So
I wake up at about 7:15.
Yeah, so he had been using his AirPods. So I think what happened was he got ready to go to bed and he wanted to have them by his nightstand so he could use them in the morning or whatever. So moving them around, I think, triggered it because I was able to see on the map, nice, boo. I was able to see on our map, here's all our devices. And then there's this unknown thing way over here. But once he picked it up and moved it, I think that's what triggered also it to show up more accurately where it is on the map, and more accurately what it is exactly. So I was able to then ping it, and we were doing their sound effects. The weird thing though I will say is, just to be sure, I was like, let's ping it from this unknown AirPods Pro, let's ping that, and then let's ping your AirPods in the list of all our devices. And it was 2 different sounds for each thing. So I thought that was interesting. The unknown device played a different sound effect. Even though it was the same device, it was just marked differently. So I thought that was a little odd. So let me know, comment down below too if you've experienced that. But basically we figured that out. And it continued to glitch. Like later on it went back to saying unknown device. And then it glitched again and said unknown device. So it continued to glitch.
Really bizarre.
It was really bizarre. But basically, we went off red alert, and we had already decided we're going to check the next morning and make sure it's even still there before we overreact. But yeah, basically we went off red alert because we realized it is in fact the AirPods. So turned out we were worried for nothing, but it certainly, you know, taught us a thing or two about the dangers that are out there. And like I said, I will link those Inside Edition videos down below. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the story time, but I want to just give you guys a couple tips here, and these are reiterated in the Inside Edition videos, but if you don't have time to watch those or something, basically if you find out you're being tracked, don't go home, go to a police station, and then the person knows, oh my gosh, she's on to me. In my case, I was already home, so I was kind of freaking out. So if you are home and you see a GPS thing on your car, whether it's an AirTag or one of the ones in the video, almost looked like a small GoPro. It was this black square thing. So if you see anything like that on your car and you are home, call the cops and don't touch it, because they probably need to get it off and fingerprint it and see who put it on there. And I would love for Apple to fix the, I don't know if it's a glitch, but like the item not showing up in your devices until it's already been tracking you for 12 hours. That's like not okay. This woman in the Inside Edition video, she figured out she'd been tracked like from something like from Texas all the way to Maine before she got an alert. It followed her all the way home. So that's a recurring thing that I would love to see addressed from Apple. But yeah, basically don't go home, don't touch it, call the cops, and yeah, just check your surroundings when you see an alert like that. Don't be too quick to assume it's that AirPods glitch. In our case, it was. We got very lucky. but it could have been...
I will say I love my AirPods. They've been the best thing it's $200-ish bucks, then I've used it for a couple years.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, but they're just so versatile, and I love
they're
them.
very versatile. But yeah, I mean, it's important to check your surroundings. Sure, there are glitches like this, and that's what it turned out to be, but might not always be a glitch, and that's the important thing is...
Be aware of your surroundings, always.
Right, and just to reiterate, you might be thinking, oh, well, it's going to pop up and say unknown AirTag. Well, no, sometimes it does say unknown AirTag. But sometimes it says unknown device. Unknown device.
Yep.
So that could still be a GPS tracker. Other thing from the Inside Edition video, it talked about where people hide these GPS trackers. There was one, or maybe it was the AirTag. There was an AirTag like inside someone's gas tank.
It was very surprising.
I feel like they literally like dropped it inside the gas tank. Some people put it like underneath the bumper is a place to hide it, and then behind like a license plate is another place to hide it. So this one girl, they couldn't find it, and the Inside Edition team,
even the mechanics,
they took her to a mechanic to get it, and they had a hard time finding it too. So yeah, just be aware of everything, be safe. It's, you know, really sad to think that there are people out there that will do this kind of thing.
Especially with the imminent cyber war with the whole stuff over in Europe. It's just sad, honestly. But you just can't be...
Right, you can't be too cautious. Yeah. And check other stuff. Don't just check your car. That's the one other thing I almost forgot to say. Some women find these in like their gym bag or their school bag. So don't be so quick to, oh, everything's fine, there's nothing on my car. Okay, well, check your tote bag, check whatever you took with you that day. I was paranoid. I dumped out my purse. I was like, here, look at my wallet, make sure. You know, so it's not always just your car. It's very easy to just drop one inside your bag and, you know, find out later. So anyway, I think we're rambling at this point, and yeah, but anyway, how was your food? Yeah, mine's good too. And yeah.
I will say, since I DoorDash full time, it's good and useful for me to have the ability to get a quick snack. And so the Taco Bell Pass is $10 a month for 30 days or whatever. So it comes down to 33 cents per taco. You add on a drink, and you know, for $2. Or if you do the 2 to 5 p.m., you get a, you know, whatever you want for $1. So your lunch or snack after doing the lunch shift is like $1.50.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that is it for today's video. Don't forget to check out those Inside Edition links. I put them in the description below so that you all can be informed, because honestly it's amazing to me how, you know, technology is great, but just how it can be used for evil as well. Just blows my mind that people even think of this. AirTags, that's a great invention. If you put it on your backpack and then you leave it somewhere at Disney World, you can find it. That's great. I never would have thought of someone turning it around and using this to traffic helpless women, you know? So be sure to check those out, and yeah, make sure to subscribe if you enjoy more videos like this one. If you like him being in the video, give a thumbs up and ring the bell so you get notified, and comment down below if you have a similar story that you would like to share. And that is it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.
Bye.